What's going on guys, this is Kedar here, and today in this video we have got latest update on California gas tax rebate aka middle class tax refund. California's franchise tax board has announced new dates for issuing the latest middle class tax refund debit card payments. And I know a lot of you right here in the community asked me this very important question: when are we going to receive the middle class tax refund, mctr debit cards, gas tax rebates, when our payments is arriving? And in fact, here onto the California's franchise tax board, we have got the latest update regarding middle class tax refund when the payments are arriving. And this time they are really doing the job, and they have actually estimated the total amount that is issued. Also, we have received some new payment dates, and today in this video I'll be answering all of your questions regarding California's middle class tax refund aka California's gas tax rebate when your payments are arriving. So right before we start this video, make sure to check out other videos from our channel on state-wise stimulus update, how states are offering stimulus checks, other videos on social security, fourth stimulus check, how to activate your mctr debit card, and we have got tons of videos on our channel, so make sure to subscribe with bell notification turn on as we upload new videos every single day. And with that being said, hit that like button for me and let's get right into the video. Okay, so before we deep dive into all the important dates announced by California's franchise tax board, if you are watching this video, you probably have this question in mind: when the California's inflation relief checks, whether it's a direct deposit or debit card, when the payments are arriving. And just so you know, this will be your California's middle class tax refund. This is how it will look like, and this is the sample of middle class tax refund debit card. And in fact, I checked it onto the Twitter, and many people already started receiving their middle class tax refund, and this is how it probably will look like. Although it might be coming out from New York Community Bank of, don't throw this away into the trash. And many people think it's like a scam mail because on a first glance it doesn't look like it's coming from California itself. That's why people think that these will probably get tossed into the trash. So don't do this mistake, guys. Here is a quick look at your middle class tax refund. This will be your envelope. Here we got all the information how to get started. You'll get your debit card, and letter should look something like this. Remember, it might or might not come out from New York Community Bank Corp, but anyway, this will be your middle class tax refund. Now, without wasting any time, let me head over to the franchise tax board California and let me show you all the important dates. Now, here onto the middle class tax refund page by franchise tax board, we have actually got couple of new updates. And check this out. Here onto the page, the first thing you see is couple of numbers, and these are very important numbers: how much direct deposits, debit cards are issued, and total amount of the payments. So first, about 6,739,000 direct deposit payments were issued by this date as of 11 November 2022, and about 2,556,000 debit cards are issued, and we are talking about 5,053,764,350 dollars total amount issued as of right now. That's a big number, and by the way, this is not end of it because some payments are still in the process of being issued, whether it's a direct deposit or debit cards. And check this out, the middle class tax refund has benefited 17,259,498 California taxpayers and their dependents as of 11th November 2022. I mean, these are some significant numbers, but many of you right here in the community are still haven't got your payment. So without further ado, let me show you all the important updates, whether the payments are delayed, have they missed the schedule, or anything of such kind. Now, as for their estimation by California Franchise Tax Board, these payments are expected to be issued between October 2022 going all the way until January 2023. So you might have to wait until November, this month, December, then again once the 2022 completes, then in the month of January 2023, probably all the MCTR payments, all the 100% of payments will go out. And speaking of which payments are still remaining, let me show you. Okay, so now coming over to the next important question: when you will receive your payment. And check this out, direct deposit payments for Californians who have already received the Golden State Stimulus 1 or 2 previously, well, their payments are expected to go out between October 7th going all the way until October 25th. So this first round is already completed. Remaining direct deposit will occur between October 28th going all the way until November 14th. So looks like all the direct deposits are already sent out, and if you still haven't got these payments, well then In that scenario, you might have to wait 3 to 4 business days for all the delays that could happen. And for those recipients, if you are on your way to receive direct deposit payments and if you have changed any sort of a banking information since your 2020 tax filing, in that scenario, you'll be getting a debit card. So don't be confused with all those things. If you have changed any sort of a banking information, in that case, you'll be receiving a debit card. And your debit cards will be mailed between December 17th, 2022, going all the way until January 14th, 2023. And this is the most important reason why many people ask me this question. They might have changed their banking information or any other information, and that's why they will be getting debit card instead of a direct deposit, and their payments will be arriving little delayed starting from December 17th going all the way until next year, which is January 14th, 2023. So continue to watch until January 14th for your debit cards. Now, speaking of the remaining debit card payment schedules, I will go through each of the important dates. Now, for the debit card payments, they have actually listed the exact debit card mailing timeframes as per your last name begins with particular characters. So let me discuss all of those. So for first important date, if you are Golden State Stimulus recipients and if your last name begins with A to E characters, then starting from 24th of the October going all the way until 5th of the November, you'll be getting your payment. And probably these recipient might have received their debit cards. The next group of Golden State Stimulus recipient whose last name begins with F to M characters, they will get their debit card starting from 6th of the November going all the way until 19th of the November 2022. So again, if your last name begins with F to M characters, then continue to watch 19th of the November for your debit cards. Now coming over to the next important date, if you are a Golden State Stimulus recipient and if your last name begins with N to V characters, then your debit cards will be mailed out starting from 20th of the November going all the way until 3rd of the December 2022. So remember, if your last name begins with N to V characters, continue to watch until 3rd of the December 2022 for your debit cards in the mail. Coming over to the next important date, if you are a Golden State Stimulus recipient and if your last name begins with W to Z characters, then your debit card will be mailed out starting from 4th of the December 2022 going all the way through 10th of the December 2022. So yeah, these are some very important dates. So in the month of December until 10th of the December 2022, if your last name begins with W to Z characters, then you will be getting your debit card. Now coming over to the non-Golden State Stimulus recipient, if your last name begins with A to K characters, then you'll be getting your debit cards starting from 5th of the December 2022 going all the way through 17th of the December 2022. So if your last name begins with A to K characters, then your debit cards will be mailed out between these 12 days. So from 5th of the December going all the way until 17th of the December. Continue to watch your payment in the mail. Now coming over to the next non-Golden State Stimulus recipient, if your last name begins with L to Z characters, then you'll be getting your payments. The debit cards will be mailed out starting from 19th of the December going all the way until 31st of the December 2022. And actually here you can see there is one little mistake right over here. The year is wrong here onto the page. Instead of 2022 they have written 2021. So but you can get the idea. So remember, if you are non-Golden State Stimulus recipient and your last name begins with L to Z characters, then continue to watch until 31st of the December 2022 for your debit cards to be mailed out. And speaking of direct deposit recipient who have changed their banking information since 2020 tax filing, those people will also be getting debit cards, and these debit cards will be mailed out starting from 17th of the December 2022 going all the way through 14th of the January 2023. And typically these payment dates are onto the point, but you may need to allow up to 3 to 5 business days from the issue date if you are receiving direct deposit. And if you are receiving debit cards by mail, then there are lots of delays in the delivery process, transportation and all sorts of things. So you need to allow up to 2 weeks from the issue date to receive your debit card by mail. So again, these are some very important dates announced by Franchise Tax Board. So right from here, probably all the payments are still yet to be received by the recipients. So that's why many people write here in the community asking for when we are going to get the payments. And probably these are some very important dates. All the debit card recipient will be getting their gas tax rebates. And even though the post 2 rounds of debit cards already sent out, but in that scenario you may need to allow up to 2 weeks from the issue date as set by franchise tax board. And again, let me summarize really quickly. So if you are Golden State Stimulus recipient, last name begins with N to V characters, then continue to watch until 3rd of the December. If you are Golden State Stimulus recipient, last name begins with W to Z characters, then continue to watch until 10th of the December for your payments. Speaking of non-Golden State Stimulus recipient, last name begins with A to K characters, continue to watch until 17th of the December 2022. For last Golden State Stimulus recipient, last name begins with L to Z characters, continue to watch until 31st of the December 2022. And if you have changed any sort of banking information since 2020 tax filing, then your payments might be arriving little delayed, so continue to watch until 14th of the January 2023. I hope you found this video really helpful, so make sure to hit that like button for me, that really helps us. And if you have already received your mctr debit card, then do check out this video how to activate your mctr debit card step by step. Make sure to subscribe to our channel with all the bell notification turn on so you'll never miss new videos we upload every single day. Thank you so much for watching this video till then, and this is Kedar from How to Guys signing out.